Hello and welcome back to NerdVsWorld, episode 19, Cat on a Hot Tin Nerd.
Yeah.
I got it right. I thought I'd fuck that one up.
It is episode 19. I fucked that up when on the later podcast. You'll hear me fucking it up. Is it 18? Is it 19?
It's 19,
19.
and a bit. I'm Brendan.
I'm Spindles.
And I'm Edie.
Hello, everyone. It's been a while.
Sorry it's been so long.
Indeed, yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Big apologies.
We all got real life got in the way, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Assignments and stuff. So I'm massively busy with uni work.
My studios have been unusually full of students, so I haven't been able to abuse the facilities like I usually do.
And I had a lot of chrome and steel to polish.
But yes, we're back. We're back after a brief hiatus.
Yeah, it's only been about a month or so, I think.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. We've had one episode off.
Yeah.
We're allowed that once a year.
Yeah.
Allow us a holiday. So have we been up to anything exciting over the last month?
Well, no, you have.
I certainly have, yeah.
You're a Forbidden Planet.
Loads of stuff, yeah. Well, you'll hear that later on as I went down to London at the weekend and had a bumper recording with 4 authors. So yeah, that was rather cool. But you'll hear that in the second half of the show. But then I went after that on the Sunday. I went to London Fashion Weekend. Yeah, I know, mental. Emma won tickets. I won front row tickets for the catwalk.
Did you start singing Right Said Fred stuff?
Well, no. Oddly enough, it's the only time I've ever been to anything like a fashion show, and it's the one time that stuff I wear is in fashion. They had a Victoriana trend.
Oh, nice.
And so,
yeah, but you don't wear Victoriana.
Well, I had my brocade coat and everything, my waistcoat and everything. So yeah, it was. I was like, Victoriana is currently in. So for the first time in my life, I'm in fashion. It was weird.
So
Didn't have to deal with that.
some of our regular listeners have actually said they want us to talk about, or come on the show and talk about clothing. Well, here it is.
Really? All right.
Yes.
Cool. Wow.
Yes.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah. Sophie and Raven.
Oh,
and
come on, do
Louise,
modelling
they all had a few comments about things like that. So here it is. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
London Fashion Week. There you go.
London Fashion Weekend. That they had like 4 trends. That was Pretty in Pink. One was a kind of geometric shapes thing, and then a kind of autumn colours thing, and then Victoriana, which is all black and white.
Basically, they've got everything off
From
of
your
Geek
wardrobe?
Sheet. Yeah, from my wardrobe.
Especially all the pink stuff.
Shh, that's just the underwear.
Oh, yeah, it's like a frilly pinkness.
Yeah, but it's got studs on the inside.
Yeah, but so a lot of the Victoriana stuff was like they've got the kind of cloaks, like the kind of coachman's coats thing, but they're like sleeveless and waistcoaty rather than
Cool.
That's ace. Because
That's what I want
oftentimes when I finish a LARP event, when a LARP event finishes and I'm packing all the stuff down and I have to go back into my normal clothes, I often hate it because I like wearing my LARP stuff. So if like the big coats and stuff are back in, that's just awesome.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
I've been wearing a big long coat for years.
Yeah, but it's actually in fashion.
Oh, right, yeah. And keeps the rain off. I don't like getting wet trousers. I've got a tailor-made ankle-length leather coat.
So yes, that was a bit weird. And we got
What, that little segue?
Well, both. Thus far, it's a podcast full of weird.
You've met me, right?
Oh yeah. But the worst thing about the weekend was going into Forbidden Planet with a credit card.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
It's painful.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And not only did I start playing Magic a couple of weeks ago, I bought new cards.
Yeah.
I've started again.
It's okay. I bought Faye a 2014 core set.
Yeah, we got a 2014 fat pack with 9 boosters in it.
How much was that?
It was like 30 quid.
Dude, Amazon, $16.99 delivered.
What, for the fat pack?
No, not for Fat Pack, sorry.
Oh,
Just
right, okay.
For the deck builders.
Ah, right, yeah.
Sorry, me and Simon geeking out here.
Wasn't one of them, but yeah, fat packs. Because we went, we'll have 9 boosters, please. And it was like, we had 9 boosters, you get this, 2 and this, and you give me more stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, bought some books, and bought Megan a clip-on adipose for her school bag, and yeah, I spent a lot of money.
I remember the joys of buying card sets there for card games. Especially for Legend of the Five Rings. There was a group of us who all played it, and we would all chip in money and go to Wayland's Forge in Birmingham. Whenever
buy a big...
whenever
the
new expansion was released, we would go and we'd buy a full box of boosters and a full box of starter decks.
Yeah.
And then we'd just divvy them up.
Yeah, we were exactly the same in Lancaster.
Yeah.
We used to do that, then go for cups of tea and open cards, and yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I remember doing that with the booster pack. That's how I've got I've got 5 decks out of doing that, really good ones, of getting the booster cards. You just open them all up, shuffle them, and go one for you, one for you, one for you, and then it's completely unhindered.
Well, we always had clans that we preferred to play. So whenever there was a new expansion with a particular clan stronghold coming out, then that person would get their clan. But then the boosters just be divvied up.
Yeah.
But it was cool because then we got really into it. Go online and get all the card listings, so you know which all the rare cards were and all the uncommon.
Yeah.
And you go through it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so this does lead on quite well. I've found an awesome new app that's absolutely free. You can pay for a pro version, but the free version is fucking amazing, and it's done by Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, sweet! What is it?
It's the Magic the Gathering 2014.
Is Magic the Gathering Wizards?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. And
Didn't
it's
realise that.
the official release, and they've
that
done
was
it.
what made Wizards of the Coast, was Magic.
And they've done it as a tutorial as well, so it teaches you how to play Magic if you've never played before, if you've played an intermediate level, or you've played a lot, and it will go through the tutorial with the new core set pack, and you can start off with 3 different decks, and there's 6 that you can open.
And it's online,
Yeah. Well, it's on. It can be online, and it works Bluetooth as well. So if somebody else has got a tablet, it's designed specifically for tablet use.
Cool.
So
you can play with other people via Bluetooth.
Via Bluetooth and by Wi-Fi.
Right, okay, yeah. Cool.
Or you can pay offline completely independently on your own, and it keeps all your scores held in there.
That sounds pretty cool.
That sounds
Check
pretty
that out
sweet.
too.
Yeah, I was actually very impressed with it. It is a little bit glitchy at times, but they're aware of it and they're trying to resolve it. But it only came out a couple of weeks ago, so
Cool.
fair play to them. It's a bloody good app. So if you're into it,
to check it out.
download it, or if you want to get into it, it's a really good one to start with.
Sweet.
And you don't have to go out and buy anything.
That's cool. I played Magic once, and that was over the counter at the View Cinema where I was working. Me and my old manager at the time just used to play over the counter. But
Yeah.
that's wicked. I'll check it out. But speaking of collectible card games, there is a game called Card Hunter online. It's a fantasy-based game. It's run like you're a player in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and the game's master's running it for you. So you play these scenarios with your group of characters, and every item that you have gives you a selection of cards, but you play cards like you would in a CCG to defeat the scenarios.
Cool.
But it's really good, and you level up. As you level up, you get more slots, and you can equip more
cartoon?
stuff to it. I don't know if it's a cartoon. It's
Card Hunters.
I don't know if it's based if it's come from a cartoon or anything, but
all the cartoons based on that. I'm not sure, but it has a bit of a ring to it to me that goes.
I've not come across the cartoon, but yeah, you can play against other people. You can build decks and then go into a multiplayer area and play them as well. But it's free. It's free to play.
Cool.
Sweet.
That's been taking up a lot of my time. It's the one thing that's actually beaten my Bejeweled and my Candy Crush fix.
I played 30 seconds of Candy Crush.
I get it.
This
No,
is really fucking shit.
I got addicted to it. Oh yeah, I did the whole self-loathing. This is a horrible game, but I must get to the next level. There's one level, 252, I think. Yeah, I've got past that one now.
There's one level. I think it's a 252.
It's a timed level, so you have to get a certain score within a certain time limit. It's 15,000 points within 30 seconds. But they have boosters which keep dropping, which give you an extra 5 seconds to your time total. I realised that 2 episodes of Castle had played without me actually watching them in the time that I'd done this level. And I looked at my score, and it was 12 million points. I've just been playing this level repeatedly. I got to 12 million. Yeah. Yeah, I had that look on my face as well, Amy. Sort of like the what am I doing with my life? The thing was, that was the biggest achievement of my day that day, was getting 12 million points on this level of Candy Crush.
3 words, dude.
Get out more?
Grand Theft Auto.
I'm not a fan.
I've seen it played, and it looks kind of cool, but I suck at driving in computer games, and for a game based
You
on
don't have
driving...
to drive. You just run around and smack the shit out of people.
No. You have to drive.
Yeah, you do.
I've seen it played. You can get lap dances in it. I've seen that. Get to a strip club and you get a lap dance.
Go on Cowley Road, you can get a fucking lap dance and a blowjob for a £5.
Speaks the voice of experience.
No, I've never been enamoured with Grand Theft Auto.
I liked the first one. I liked the first one on the PC, the old top-down perspective. That was cool. But then I kind
Do you remember the original with the turbos? The
No.
original Grand. It was like, what was it? Was it 16-bit?
The only Grand Theft Auto I remember is the old top-down PC
it
game.
was a top-down PC game.
Yeah, there was a top-down.
That was the
Grand
first
Theft Auto.
one.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
Unless you're thinking of like Carmageddon or something.
Carmageddon, that was
Maybe.
fucking rad.
Maybe.
That game was awesome.
It was definitely top-down, and you if you raced enough on the course, you get turbos, and if you get up to 3 turbos, you can use it
That's not Grand
to
Theft
get away
Auto.
from the. What was that in Carmageddon?
No, it wasn't Carmageddon
What
either.
was that in?
Oh, God knows.
Carmageddon was amazing. They had to change it from pedestrians to zombies, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because you get points for hitting people and running them down. Such a good
Death Race 2000.
Such a fun game. Add that on PC as well. Anyway, that's enough nostalgia.
forgot what-
I'm saying it's enough nostalgia. It's never enough nostalgia.
No,
That's
it's
what the
never
show's based on, nostalgia. So yeah, nothing exciting from me, really.
No.
I spent all September watching new TV shows and being rather disappointed with some of them.
Fair enough.
Sons of Anarchy, I'm looking at you.
I'm sorry, I'm one of those ones that I gave up and gone. Maybe one day I'll.
I've
sit down
watched the
and
first
watch
episode of this season. I haven't watched the next one yet.
I almost gave up on it last season,
Yeah,
but I
did.
stuck with it. And I watched the first episode of this season, and I was like, oh, so nothing actually resolved from last season. Oh, and you're going to do this and have a
This.
certain scene, which made me just go, no, you've run out of ideas.
Yeah,
If
you're
don't-
flogging a dead horse now.
If I don't watch
Time
you
to
anymore,
bury
I
it.
won't miss it. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just not bothered with that. Newcastle premiere was pretty cool.
I think I'll be watching that tonight when I get home.
By the time this airs, we should have watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But by the time this airs, I will
Indeed.
have watched
Yeah.
Oh, we
Agents of
most
S.H.I.E.L.D.
definitely will have seen it.
repeatedly.
By then.
Yeah.
I will have dissected every nuance of it and
Yeah.
consumed it. But
Yeah, because getting up early in the morning and watching that tomorrow, I think. And,
I'll just have to wait until I get home.
I'll
Try
work-
and avoid the internet for a day.
Yeah, I'm working nights, so yeah, stay off my Facebook page. Although I won't, I'll never post any spoilers, obviously, but I might just go, either that was awesome or that was fucking awesome.
I have faith in you. I don't have faith in the rest of the internet.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah,
Can we post these like, haha, I've seen it. Ha 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 ha.
I'll just do my usual sort of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Pretty rad.
Or no.
Oh, there's such an opportunity just to troll the internet tomorrow, isn't there?
McGovern.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's not in my nature. But no. But by the time this airs, I'll be looking forward to watching it on Channel 4 again.
Yes.
In good quality. Because I will watch it again. I'm fairly sure. Unless it does a Defiance. Which I don't think it will.
I don't think it can do Defiance.
I've still never went back to that show
No,
after the
nor
second
have I.
episode.
I managed 5. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I managed 5, and I went. You know, it's not worth the fucking hassle trying to find a site to watch it on.
Yeah, that was the thing. Finding working links.
Yes, it was an absolute bastard.
I had no
like
problem
15
finding the episode. I had a problem with the episode holding my attention.
Well, like I said, it was the Nirvana cover.
It was the Come As You Are cover. Yeah.
That's why I was just like,
I didn't
Name,
even hear
fucking-
it. I think I just.
The end of episode 2.
yeah, I was like, fuck this shit. I'm
Yeah.
done.
And we never went back.
When I was doing that, on the way here, I was actually talking about about that sort of era as well. Like, Come As You Are era, and it was just as Pearl Jam comes on the radio with Live, I'm like, what an awesome tune to come to do the podcasting to. I was like, fuck yeah, that's really fucking appropriate.
I've been having a nostalgia trip recently with music as well. So I realised the other day that I hadn't listened to Uno Dos Tres, which is the 3-disc album from Green Day.
Yeah.
And I used to just listen intently to anything Green Day had ever did because they were one of my favourite bands back.
I did not know that.
'94. Green Day, fucking loved Green Day.
I did not know that.
Dookie is one of my...
I apologise because I had something quite special that I could have given you as a present.
Oh, don't swear, dude.
No,
Dookie is one of my favourite albums of all time. I think it's just a fantastic album. And I was talking with Mike, one of the supervisors here, one of my colleagues, about the music. And we listened to Kaplunk, then to Dookie, and then we listened to Warning and Nimrod and the new stuff. We went through them. And we just listened to the way the production had changed all the way. And the new album's good, but whilst it's much more polished than the earlier stuff,
it hasn't got the edge.
Yeah, they're trying too hard to put the pace into the songs. They're still great tracks, but they don't have the urgency that Dookie did or anything from Nimrod did. And we also realised as well that we both agreed that Warning was probably their weakest album. But then when we looked at the track listing for Warning, we were like, oh fuck, that track was on there. Like, so many good tracks. But because it followed straight after Nimrod...
Nobody really paid it that much attention.
It had what I called the Echoes, Patience, Silence and Grace effect. That album by the Foo Fighters, if it had been released by any other band as their debut, would have been a barnstorming debut album.
Yeah.
But because it was a Foo Fighters album and it wasn't Colour in the Shape or One by One, it was kind of just B-sides and slipped under the rug a little. But yeah, I'm on a massive music trip this week for new music. Mostly since we can't talk about the Bitter Ribbon album, can we?
Oh, well, we can talk about it. We can say it's awesome.
It's awesome. We've listened to it.
We love it.
Yes, it is awesome.
And
I got my vinyl and my lyric anthology. And
I didn't get it. I just got the signed copy.
Yeah, the signed copy and the T-shirt.
And the digital download. I didn't get the T-shirt.
And the digital download. I got the digital download, the signed copy and the T-shirt.
No, I didn't get that package. I just got the T-shirt.
Yeah.
I just got the signed copy and download. But yeah.
It says, I made waves.
Yes.
Now I wish I had that T-shirt. That's a cool T-shirt.
It is a cool T-shirt, yeah.
Aww.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, indeed.
So, review when we are allowed. And,
which is next year, I guess.
It should be on the public release of
said album. Yeah, to start next year is the full release, so we'll do a bit.
But we will do a big proper.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
perhaps have them back on the show if they're willing.
Maybe
for their release.
I spending ridiculous amounts of money on stupid things for the last week or so. I bought the box set of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings audio plays. So I've got all of them. That's like 19 CDs.
Nice.
I got it from The Works for like 30 quid.
Jesus.
Oh, awesome. That's quite a good buy.
Yeah. And I'll be listening to that in the car.
Bloody
it's
Nora.
great.
Anything I've bought recently has been my Jaina hat.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. It's almost like, that's really, really sad and stupid in a very ridiculously cool way.
Oh, well, I think...
it's so great. It's
Well, Ripley's having a Firefly-themed birthday with mate Tim.
Right.
So I'm never going to shave my beard off all the way to cosplay anything. But I thought if I just get the hat, then at least I'm more or less Jane-like in terms of my face. Yeah. And I have the Blue Sun T-shirt and I have combats. So that's my costume sorted.
Cool.
Plus, it was an excuse to buy a Jane hat, which I wore all day at work yesterday. People came up to me saying, "Cool hat, dude." I was like, "Yeah, it is. Yeah." Yeah. Thanks, man. It's a fucking awesome hat. Where's yours? Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah.
brilliant.
So yeah, that's about as exciting as it gets. Bank Candy Crush and new hats.
Yeah, I've been finishing off a couple of seasons as well of things because Burn Notice finished. And the end of Burn Notice was awesome.
I
Really
seriously need to catch up with that.
Yeah, it was excellent. Very, very good way to end a show.
Yeah, 8 out of 10 cats I've been watching.
Oh, the countdown thing.
Yeah,
That's
it's the countdown. Yeah,
It's great fun.
Independently, it's okay, it's watchable, but 8 out of 10 cats does countdown is fucking brilliant.
Yeah. It is. It's an absolute genius idea.
Yes, it is. It amuses me.
It actually got me out looking for a kind of countdown board game so that I can play that while getting drunk.
I'm sure there is one. There has to be.
There's got to be one.
Where are
You can do one yourself.
Where are we going to get 3 cages of cats from?
Oh, the cats in the basket.
Yeah.
That was so adorable. It made me sick.
Yeah, I watched the latest one the other day, the one with Vic Reeves on it. It's great.
Yes, it was good. Yeah. Was there not one since then?
No, that was the most recent, because that was the 80s
Okay.
one.
Yes. Yeah, that was...
Yeah, very funny.
The space opera race.
Yeah.
That was brilliant, yes. You tried doing it in high heels.
As soon as she's kicked off Strictly Come Dancing, I'm going to stop watching it.
You're actually watching it.
Just because she's in
Just the fact that she was on... The fact that Rachel Riley was on Strictly
in
is the only reason I broke
skimpy
the embargo
outfits.
this year.
Right.
Just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Give that a
Rachel
watch.
Riley in a skimpy outfit, shaking her butt.
Oh, dear.
Oh, you make it sound so seedy, AD.
That's what you want to watch it for, though, isn't it?
You make it sound so disgusting and underhand. I expect more from you. I really
Appreciation
do.
of the feminine form. No, it's lechid.
You're a cad. A cad in a band.
And a
So.
band.
Is that a thong or is that a bodysuit?
Got into a good conversation with Netflix UK.
Yeah?
Oh,
Well, a quick conversation with them.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I love their social marketing team. They're brilliant. Because I finished watching Fringe,
Mm-hmm.
then I noticed that Castle had been added to the roster on Netflix.
Indeed.
So I put up a little tweet saying, finally finished all seasons of Fringe on Netflix. Productivity can return... ... Ooh, Castle. You know, being the easy distracted kid by a new
Yeah.
TV show. And they tweeted me back saying, I really am ruggedly handsome, aren't I? And I was just like, fair play, Netflix. Well played indeed. So yeah, we decided they're going to let me know when more seasons of Castle are added. Because they've only got 2 at the
Yeah.
moment.
It's kind of... I need to know when there's more... I think I've mentioned it on show before. One about the marshal that gets sent back to his home county.
Justified.
Thank you, yeah. Justified. They've only got 2 seasons of
Timothy
that.
Elephant.
Indeed, it's telling an elephant, yes.
But it's spelled like the way that
That
it's
was
spelt in Lord of the Rings.
Almost. Just missing a
Almost.
U.
Yeah.
Oliphant.
Oliphant.
Yeah.
I've been on Love Film recently because I've been watching Voyager. Finally getting around to watching Voyager because I've never actually watched it.
Oh,
They-
shit.
they've got-
There was like this one thing I should cancel my Love Film. I haven't used it for a
They've
while.
got Next Generation on Netflix.
Yeah,
now.
Voyager's, the
no,
whole
back onto
Voyager's
it.
on there, so yeah, I've been making my way through that. I'm on like season 3 now.
Which one's Deep Space Nine on? Is that on one of them? Was
It's
that
on the American Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to crack my
Next
PS3 then.
Next Gen is on UK Netflix.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I need to get onto US Netflix.
Must be a
then.
new
Must be a new edition, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deep Space Nine was my favourite.
Oh, DS9
Yes,
is awesome.
yeah.
Very cool.
Resounding awesomeness.
So what have you been up to this last month, AD?
Oh yeah, reading Neil Gaiman's book to my little one. That was pretty cool.
Fortunately, the milk.
Fortunately,
yes.
the milk. What a
I'm
fantastic
looking
book!
forward to reading it
It's brilliant.
immensely.
Yes, it is very, very clever, very clever indeed. And it's actually the sort of stories that you and I tell Megan and Ariana quite often. So where have you done been? Well, Megan,
It's like this.
It's like this. Yeah.
Yeah. On that slightly related book front, did you see the pronunciation book reveal?
Oh God, wasn't that a waste of time?
Oh yeah, well didn't have a chance to read it this morning. What was it?
It's
It was apparently linked up with something else that I just hadn't heard of, which is something called Horse eBooks.
yeah, and Bear Stern Bravo.
Yeah.
It's an ARG So I spent like half an hour before the show, before we started recording, trying to get the front page of this website to load, and it just wasn't having any of it. So whatever it is, it's either just been...
Well, I got it to load, and
DDoSed
it's like a kind of interactive video thing. So it's like a guy going up in a lift, and then you have to make decisions, and you press a button, and it plays different videos depending on what you choose. So it's a kind of interactive experience thing.
Sounds fucking thrilling.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest, but I mean,
All that genius.
I had
for
more fun
a really
reading the
game.
Google Doc.
Yes.
There was more fun reading the Google Doc than the ARG.
it was never going to be as good a payoff as everyone thought it was going to be.
No.
Which kind of sucks. But that was kind of obvious. It was never going to be as good as that. I think just looking at the video, you can see that. You look at the views, you look at the likes and dislikes, and there's so many more dislikes than likes.
There is, yeah.
It's like, people were expecting more than something completely out there, completely random.
Yeah.
People were actually hoping for catastrophe and
Or
like
something.
a big sort of real world event.
Yeah.
But no, nothing. Just some shitty ARG game.
A couple of guys who had been doing random things anonymously for 4 years.
I mean, fair play to them for the build-up and stuff, but...
Come on!
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know. I'm probably going to get suckered into it though, aren't I? I'm probably going to start playing it and
Yeah.
find that it's really good. Just because I don't want to be wrong about it.
Have you had chance to have a real good test run and play with your... Steady. Steady on.
Finish that sentence quickly, AD.
Your magic handy wavy thing.
Oh, my leap motion?
Yes. I was trying to make it sound as dodgy as possible.
Mission accomplished.
Yay!
No, I haven't. I still haven't had a chance to play with that.
Any issue with it, or you just haven't really had the...
I've played with other people's. Oh, you dick! You set this one up.
Yes.
Right. I've seen it used. I've seen a couple of my students have been using it as a control interface for Ableton. One of them was doing his dissertation on a live performance suite using gesture control for controlling filters and EQ sweeps and instrumentation. And
full body therapy.
Yeah. Well, more or less, yeah. You want to do it on using lasers, touchpads, and hand motion. And he was going to design an app that would let him translate hand movements into musical tones and control. But it's already been done. So now he's focusing more on performance, which is really cool. And I've sat with him and sort of seen what he wants to do, and it's amazing. But yeah, you can actually map hand gestures using this one piece of software. And it'll recognise left or right hand, and it'll recognise to an extent
finger movements,
gestures. If you move too much on the one axis, the scanner, because the scanner's reading from the bottom up.
Yeah.
If you've got your hand more or less on a vertical plane, it can't really distinguish the gestures too well.
So you
have to keep it sort of as flat as you possibly can. But it can tell when different fingers are moved out. It can tell when finger patterns, etc. But yeah, he's able to play his track, which he's got, and then control different elements of the track using gestures to get a different performance every time. Because he's just all he's doing is just controlling the parameters of his filters and his EQs and stuff. But it's pretty cool. It's what you'd expect at this sort of stage of the Leap Motion's development, I guess. Yeah. And as it gets better and better, because the tech itself is still not quite as precise as it could be. But it will get better.
I'm surprised they didn't sort of incorporate the technology that they use to make the infrared keyboards. You know, from like the side beam pickup as well as the above, so then it gets the full 3. So
I think that would just be difficult to do.
The laser thing on
there. I
so
think that
it
would be
picks up your
difficult
finger
to do.
movements for a keyboard. So if you kind of incorporated that into it,
you'd have to have the control would have to be a lot bigger for a start.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, it would, because you'd have to have the sensor that reads movement
Upwards,
up,
yes.
and you'd have to have something that can do it on the side as well. But then for your usability to be maximised, you'd only be able to keep your hands within a certain frame. As long as your hands were within the frame of the horizontal scanner,
Yes.
they'd be usable. But the thing with Elite Motion is you can have your hands about the distance of your hand in the air from the Elite Motion sensor controls the parameter.
That's kind of what I meant with the incorporating it rather than from the side. Have it from underneath as well, so it actually picks up depth.
Well, it is underneath. The Elite Motion is from underneath. You said you wanted to have something on the side that would really go to the red bit.
Mix the both technologies from the laser keyboard.
Yeah, well, I'm saying they couldn't. I'm saying that you couldn't have the motion on the side because that would limit your vertical field. So it would have to be just the Elite Motion reading up. But yeah, you can use depth as a control parameter as well. So as you bring something towards the Elite Motion unit, things can change too. So I think he's got a video. In fact, it was Skipo, the guy who gave us a track about a month or so ago.
Yeah.
So I'll dig his video up and I'll put that in the show notes. And I think Piers also has one, Mr. Squirrel.
I went the other way with the gesture control when I was doing my augmented reality stuff. So from the camera, it would recognise kind of basically finger positions. So you could have like one thing that looks like a pointer, and then if you put your thumb in, it clicks, and then you can grab something and move it around. So you would have the 3D superimposed objects on the screen or on the glasses, and then you could grab the 3D object using gesture control and move it and spin it and do it that way. So it was it's kind of flipped around from how the Leap Motion seems to be doing it, from having a static controller to just recognising what is in its field of vision.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was trying to go with the. I think there's different styles and ways of technological advancements that I think that if Leap Motion kind of got that information and got some of that and amalgamated it within that one piece.
Yeah, but as Brendan says, the two are not compatible because they're from a completely different design pattern.
Yes. And a completely different way of coding.
Yeah. But it's not even a way of coding, it's just the architecture of them is such that
completely different. Yeah. Not incomparable.
I'll bring it around one weekend. We'll have a play.
Yeah, sweet. That would be awesome.
Just have a play with it for sure.
Anyway, cheers. Play Suro.
Oh God, Suro was an awesome game. I got schooled at that at the games day.
Okay.
Back in
we bought
I'm a
Thirsty
bit.
Meatballs last time.
I'm kind of disappointed a bit actually.
They've cancelled the next games
day.
day. Yeah,
I was geared up, and I actually made sure that I was going to be free for it.
The Geek Meat's still on though, isn't it?
The Geek Meat's still on the 19th of October.
Is it? I thought it was November.
October, because I can't make it because I'm at LARP, which sucks because I'd like to go. It's definitely October.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of the dates. It's
I think it's a Saturday again. But yeah, they cancelled Games Day 3, which is a shame because I was really looking forward to that.
Oh, that's what it was. They said they were going to redo the Games Day in
later.
November.
Yeah,
that's where I got the November bit from. Sorry.
But that was really fun last
time. November. Pretty much the last half of this year is gone for me. I've got stuff on every weekend.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Craziness for the rest of
I'll
this year.
have to come over and get drunk in midweek then.
Absolutely.
Plan. Good plan.
Definitely.
Yeah, but Suro was an interesting game.
It is, yeah. It's the second one we got, the Suro of the Seas.
Oh, I haven't played that. I played the first one.
Yeah, it's good. You've got your little boats and dragons in the middle of the ocean and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Boats and dragons.
Oh, I have played that.
Yeah,
because the dragons move every turn. Yeah. Okay, so what was the first Suro? Was the first Suro in air then or something?
I can't remember. I only played it once and I brought it round.
I only thought there was just the one game called Suro. I thought that was what I played. Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple now.
Sweet. I played one version of it and got my ass kicked.
Yeah, I got my ass thoroughly kicked at it when we played it in Thirsty Meatballs.
Did Megan beat you?
No, she didn't. I think she went out second, but it was. Yeah, I went out first. the most convoluted exit from the board you could possibly have. It's looping around itself and then finally flew off the edge of the air. Okay.
Still haven't been to Thirsty Meeples, I still need to check it out.
Yes, you do. Yeah, we've been quite a few times. We randomly went the other Saturday because we went down to Cornerstone because they were having their kind of 5-year anniversary thing, but we got there to find that they were just shutting everything down, so what we're going to do then? Let's go to Oxford. So, yeah, hopped on the train through to Oxford and went to Thirsty Meeples for the evening. It was great.
Cool.
Awesome. Good fun.
Okay, no musical interludes today, so we're just going to go straight into the interviews that were pre-recorded. Spindles.
Yes.
Tell us more about it.
Well, you'll hear most of it in the actual podcast itself. But yeah, it was in Forbidden Planet. There was a signing from a few Telos authors: Sam Stone, David J. Howe, Stephen J. Walker, and Raven Dane. Were all signing new copies of their books. And yeah, we got together afterwards and recorded a show, which is kind of half chatting about Doctor Who and half chatting about steampunk, because Stephen Walker and David Howe write a lot of the kind of series guides for Doctor Who, so they've done all the kind of the guides of the classic Doctors through to the current Doctors. Sweet. And Sam Stone and Raven Dane do steampunk and horror. So
cool.
Yeah, it kind of a bit of chat about conventions and a few other bits and bobs. So yeah, let's have a listen and enjoy.
See you on the other side.
Okay, so yes, welcome everybody to NerdVsWorld. I don't know what episode we're on. I think it might be 18 or it might be 19, or I might have to edit this and change it later, but I believe it's going to be Cat on a Hot Tin Nerd. It's got to be. I think it's got to be Cat on a Hot Tin Nerd. I think that works better.
Yeah.
Yes, so welcome. Yes, we're here somewhere in the bowels of Forbidden Planet in London.
Well, we're actually sitting in Forbidden Planet's head office here. Which is, of course, at the top of one of the skyscrapers in London, and the views from this office are absolutely astonishing. The vista we can see out across the whole of London, polished marble floor, the mahogany desks. It's beautiful here. It's really, really
It's not
lovely.
cramped in the slightest.
It's smashing.
No.
And don't we love audio?
Well, sorry, I'm Spindles, by the way. And we are joined by Sam Stone, Stephen J. Walker, Raven Dane, and David J. Howe. And there's the phone, just in time. We'll wait for that to stop.
That's fantastic.
No, they seem to have got it.
There
Marvellous.
Fantastic.
And we're joined over in the corner as well by my lovely wife Emma, who's come down to London with me today to record this.
Hello.
So welcome everybody. Hot off the presses from signings this afternoon.
Yes.
Hello, Simon.
Hello. So, Simon, very formal. Normally Spindles is what everyone calls me. So yes, welcome. So yes, hot from a signing. How's it been today?
Yeah, it's been all right.
It's been pretty good. Yeah.
It's always fun. Yes.
Has everyone got new books out at the moment, or is it just three of you?
Three of us. David.
Well, the television companion reprint's out. It's at the printers at the moment, so that will be out imminently. But at this moment in time, no, I don't have. So I'm looking after the rest of them.
I was going to say, because I know
So I'm wearing my executive suit.
my knowledge of Doctor Who is fairly encyclopedic, but you two have actually written a book on it. Time again.
We've done our best.
Several,
Steve,
yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, it's been great fun. Yeah. And obviously the one that Steve's got out today is Rivers Run.
Yep.
How we come up with those titles,
I
don't
amazing,
know. Which is all about the
2011. Everything that happened in the Doctor Who world for new series stuff in 2011.
So which series number is that?
That's number 6.
Season 6.
So series 6 in the new
Is that the Impossible Astronaut?
That's right.
Yes.
Onwards,
that's the one.
right? So it's that season.
Yeah. That's why it's called Rivers Run. You see, because it's all about river song and history and everything.
Indeed.
So that's what we called it there.
Yeah, I mean we're a bit behind on them. With the one for 2012, I'm just about to start writing in about a month's time. Hopefully have it out next spring.
Do we know what we're calling that one yet?
Not yet.
Okay, we don't know what that one's called
and
yet.
The 2013 one, which will probably be called The Impossible Girl, will be out hopefully next summer. So I'm trying to catch up a bit with them, but it's sort of just juggling things, with the writing of the books, with all the editing and the stuff I do for Telos and on other people's books.
Of course, this year is of course massive for Doctor Who being the 50th anniversary. How are you guys finding the run up to this? Are we all excited?
It's kind of exciting. I mean, I think I mean, 50th anniversary, fantastic. There's obviously lots and lots of merchandise available, and I bought most of it at Forbidden Planet today, unfortunately. Never mind.
Extra suitcase to take home.
Yeah. Well, I'll buy a Doctor Who suitcase. I'm sure they're selling one of them.
Bag of holding.
Absolutely. There's been lots of stuff going on. I mean, I thought the Doctor Who episodes this year were kind of a bit better than the norm. Perhaps I quite enjoyed them.
The norm being.
Well, I think they've been a bit disappointing. A bit kind of. I wasn't a great fan of Amy Pond and all of her kind of machinations and the angst and stuff. But I think it's been okay. I think, to be honest with you, the biggest regret I've got this year is that the BBC haven't seen fit to repeat actual classic Doctor Who. It looks like every other country in the world is managing to do and it's obvious, isn't it? 11 Doctors. Yeah. You know, you could do a story each month, and you could finish then in November with the 11th Doctor turning into the 12th. It's perfect. It works, and that's what New Zealand's doing, and I think America's doing it. It's like. But not England, not the UK.
I believe they're showing the first William Hartnell one. Well, not the first one, they're showing the Daleks, I believe. The first four.
Are they? I'd not even heard that. I thought they were showing
I think they're showing them on like BBC 4 or something. Yeah. It's not on.
The plan was to show the first story, but there's some sort of problem with it at the moment they're trying to sort out. I don't know what the problem is. But the plan was to show.
I think it was to show like a remastered version of was it 10,000 BC or was it the Daleks? I wasn't sure.
10,000 BC, yeah. I mean, this. When they say remastered, it's basically just the same master as was used for the DVD. But there's some issue with it which they can't solve at the moment. Yeah. I don't know what.
But I think that's a great shame that they haven't been showing Doctor Who every month.
My regret is more that they haven't actually made a new series. The episodes they have shown in the spring were held over from the previous year. So really, all they've made is the anniversary special, and they're just making now the Christmas special. So for the anniversary year, you'd have thought they would actually have made a whole new series. But in fact, we're going to have to wait until the autumn of 2014.
Is it autumn? Because normally it's like May, isn't it?
No, it's going to be the autumn when the next series starts. So it is, as far as I understand, anyway, it's going to be a complete run of 13 episodes with Peter Capaldi as the new Doctor. But it's a long way off. So it really is a great pity they haven't actually push the boat out a bit more.
And I think somebody said it's like the anniversary year, but we've actually got less Doctor Who actually on television this year than we have had in any previous year.
Since 2005.
Since 2005,
yeah. Exactly. That's absolutely
and it's
right,
kind of ironic in a way.
It is a bit strange. Because I mean, there are the other things, because there's the Mark Gatiss Adventures.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's the thing that I'm really looking forward to. More
David Bradley
than anything else.
Doing William Hartnell.
Whoever. I've just heard so much about it, and the photos have been tantalising, and I know Mark's a brilliant writer. And I just really am looking forward to that.
I mean, for some reason, my enthusiasm hasn't really been piqued by that. I think one reason for it is that having researched all the history of how the show started and so on, and written, there goes the phone again.
So we'll just pause a second and then
Stop
we'll go back.
talking about that, or we'll have to kill you.
Spoiler police.
Having researched all the history of the show in the early years and how it's created and so on, I'm sort of slightly worried about how they're going to treat it. I mean, I know, for example, that they've cut David Whittaker out of it, who was the first story editor. I mean, he doesn't feature in this drama at all, and he really played quite a crucial role in the early development of the show. And there are various things like that. They've sort of edited certain people out of the history.
Management, you've got a phone call on line 1. That's management, phone call line 1.
They've edited certain people out of the history, which I'm sort of. I can see in a way why they had to do it. If it's a dramatisation, not a documentary. But I think it's a bit of a pity that some of those.
But they recreated the Web Planet.
I know they've recreated lots of things. The original Cybermen and all sorts of things. It'll be interesting to see it. I mean, I'll probably find I enjoy it more than I'm expecting. But we shall see.
I think as well. What's going to be very interesting is that after this Mark Gatiss' documentary has been transmitted. I'm wondering how many mysterious colour photographs from original Doctor Who will suddenly appear, and you won't be able to tell whether it's actually from the original making of it or from the reconstruction that they did. I think that would be quite funny.
It would actually, yeah.
Suddenly 10th Planet Cybermen in colour.
I went down to Cardiff recently, so took the kids to the exhibition down there to see the old console as they've recreated it. They've done quite a good job on that. Have you seen that?
No, I don't. I've not been down there. No.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. There are quite a lot of events going on this year, which we're thinking of going to. One is at the National Space Centre.
Yes.
Oh,
we heard about that one.
yes.
Yes.
Five companions, including Fraser Hines.
Yeah. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
So
There's
that
lots
looks
and lots of
interesting.
events. You're right. There are lots.
So there's the big BBC 3-day thing.
We're going to that. We're
yeah.
there on the Sunday for that.
Oh, I'm going to be there on the Friday, I think.
Yeah,
So
we're there on the
I'm
Sunday.
not sure when I'm going to be there.
No.
We will find out.
Yeah, you'll be
Yeah.
there sometime. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I think basically they're running the same program on each of the 3 days.
Yeah.
So really, you only need to go one.
But
day.
then what's interesting is that it may be the same program, but it won't be the same guests that
No.
are there.
We're talking
on
about Tom
all
Baker's
days.
only doing the Saturday,
Exactly.
I think.
That's
and-
right. Yeah.
I mean, we've hopefully, touch wood, if it all works out, arranged for Barry Newbury to be there on the Friday.
Oh, fantastic.
So hopefully
I didn't know that.
he
That's
will
great.
be going along on the
Oh,
Friday.
well, I'll hopefully meet up with you and see
Yeah,
you.
but I'm not sure if I'm going to be there.
Mm.
We're just waiting to see really how this all
Right.
pans out.
Now,
Barry's very old
Barry's-
now. He's like
yeah.
89
Yeah.
or something. He's very old.
He's the set designer. He designed the very first Doctor Who story and lots of others over the first 20 years of the series history. He was the most prolific set designer on the classic series, as it's now called. So, and you know, we've worked with him, and we did a book of his photographs from Doctor Who, which was very good.
Which we did well with. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I mean, it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, lots of events. Yeah, and again, we're going to the Newcastle one, aren't we?
We are. We're at Dimensions on 26th, 27th of October.
Yeah. And then we're off to Florida for an event there, and
Yeah,
then
Hurricane Who.
New York for one in New York,
Long Island Who.
and then Canada for one in Canada.
Well, that's a big sort of
Expo thing.
yeah, in Ottawa. But
Yeah.
we are going sort of partly as the Doctor Who contingent, and partly I think because of my zombie stuff, because the Walking Dead people are also going to be there. So
Right.
we kind of tick 2 boxes. That's why we've been invited to guest at that one, I think.
So this is Sam Stone speaking, by the
Well,
way,
yeah.
just to introduce
Hi.
you, darling.
Indeed, this is something that I wanted to talk about a bit over this as well, which is the kind of the convention scenes. I mean, we're still fairly new to the convention scene because we started going a couple of years ago to the Sci-Fi Weekend. Well, it was the SFX Weekender as it was
Yeah.
when we started going, and then the Sci-Fi Weekender, and then it's kind of opened up our world to all the conventions that go on. We had no idea there were that many conventions that went on in the country. 'Cause I mean, how many conventions do you guys do in the course of a year?
It's getting more every year,
It
isn't
is
it?
more, but
It's more-
there is a sort of natural limit, A, to energy, and B, to finances as
Yeah,
well. It's
I'm
a
a
very
bit
expensive
conventioned out because I started with David and I both went to the very first Doctor Who convention in 1977.
Wow.
And I went to loads and loads of conventions in the 80s and 90s, and I got to the stage now where I'm a bit sort of not exactly jaded with it, but I mean all the I've sort of seen it all before in a way, so I don't tend to go to so many now. But
I think
I
you've probably
love- I
found
love
there's a
going.
changing face of it now,
Yeah.
though, isn't there? Because
Maybe,
there's
yeah.
a lot more cosplay now.
It seems to be
Used
that,
be.
that's
That's
what
true.
I've seen. Is it
Yeah.
seems to be
Yeah.
a lot of the younger element who are coming to it are all very much into
Yeah.
the cosplay, and it's not just kind of cobbling together outfits from bits and
No.
bobs. It's
No.
spending serious money and
Yeah.
making the costumes as accurate as they possibly can. It's
Definitely.
I mean, when we were out in LA for the big Gallifrey convention in February this year, I mean, you couldn't move for girls dressed as the TARDIS. It was just
Those are
ridiculous.
Great TARDIS outfits,
It was just
aren't they?
every single combination under the sun that you could imagine. You know, was it bustles and skirts and leggings and boxes and dresses and
actual, yeah,
latex
TARDIS
and
boxes
you,
on the bonnet.
you name it. People
Yeah.
have made
made
TARDISes
stuff
out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It was
that's
just
the great thing
extraordinary.
since 2005 when Doctor Who came back. You go to a Doctor Who convention now, and there's loads of new fans who've just come to the series with these 21st century episodes, which is fantastic. But the downside for someone like me is like when I went to conventions in the past, it was just a great way to meet up with a load of old friends. It was the same people you'd see. You know, if there was a convention in Newcastle, you'd meet up with your friends and chat. Then you'd have a convention in, I don't know, Bristol or somewhere, and it'd be the same group of people, and you'd meet up. But now I find, they're all new fans, which is great, but I don't know so many people there, so that social aspect of it has slightly gone for me, unless it's David and Sam.
They are much bigger. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I mean, a lot of
They're
them.
huge, aren't they? Now?
Several.
Yeah.
I mean, several thousand is the average. And for the big expos like MCM,
Yeah.
which do cover this sort of thing, you'd be looking at 40 to 60.
That's it, because we went to the
Yeah.
London Film and Comic Con,
We
and that
couldn't-
was just insane.
Yeah.
We couldn't get anywhere
Yeah.
near any of the stalls
No.
selling anything. You had to walk at a very slow speed going along, so you barely saw anything.
And that's also worse because for the sellers as well, they can't always sell because you're actually in a way too many people are there.
Yeah.
We found that too big events are less lucrative in some ways, aren't they?
Yeah.
In terms of sales.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the fans that go, I can't. Their resilience and their enthusiasm is extraordinary. I think with Wales Comic Con, the first time we went, it was absolutely pouring with. Well, the first time I went, it was pouring with rain. And they had turned up without tickets, so they were waiting for 3 hours in the rain. And then they'd come in, and then they'd wait for another hour to see whoever it was they wanted. And they were smiling and happy. And I said, "Did you mind getting soaking wet and having to wait?" "No, it's great fun. We love it."
It's because I read something recently from John Hurt, who was saying, because he was doing conventions and stuff now, and he was saying that initially he was kind of really reticent to go to them because his opinion of people who went to these kind of conventions was that they were basically a bunch of weirdos and nerds who were just kind of attacking the moment you came in the door. And he said, that they're the most lovely people he's ever met. Even though he was still a bit cagey, saying that he's still not sure how healthy it is to be doing all this cosplaying and pretending to be.
But you know what? It's funny. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny you say that. It's funny because obviously over the last 5 years since I've been writing and out doing the convention circuit, I've seen a big change from people turning up in, shall we say,
like t-shirts.
The nerd crowd, male and female, in big t-shirts and, sort of very, very casual, to now to be in the cosplay thing. And actually, I don't think there's anything really wrong with adults dressing up. It's all good fun, and it's
enormous fun. It's enthusiastic. It's bringing out people's inner creativity. And I think it's wonderful.
And again, I was going to say as well is that the interesting John Hurt's reaction that a bunch of adults shouldn't dress up and get together to enjoy a communal activity. And I'm thinking, what have football fans been doing for how many years now? And they all dress up in their outfits, and they've all got their own scarves, and they put makeup on, and they cosplay, and they all get together in great big stadiums, and they go, "Way, cheer!" and they enjoy the activity, and it's fun. Why is that any different from a science fiction fan making an effort and putting on their outfit and going to a big hall and going, "Yay!" and seeing their people that they love? What's the difference?
It's a good observation.
What's the difference?
Yeah. It's a bit more like the American conventions, because the American conventions always had a bit more of the dressing up element to it.
Yes.
And there was a sort of cliche. The Doctor Who fans used to dress up in costumes of the Doctors and companions and so on. But in the past it was more in America than here. But it's sort of equalised out now.
It's funny because the first Doctor Who convention I went to with David was of Gallifrey in Los Angeles, and that was about 5 years ago. I've been about 5 times, haven't I, to that? So, and there wasn't very much cosplay at all. In fact, I was an anomaly walking around in my corset.
Oh, wow.
But over the years, that's got bigger and bigger and bigger. And of course, you've got this, like you said, this new sort of fandom that's come in because of Matt Smith and David Tennant, to be honest. That it brought all these young people in, and then it has become a really big thing now.
Well, the best ones have this great sort of party atmosphere, don't they? It's the real fun thing now. People don't take it as seriously maybe as they used to. I don't want to sound like an old fogey, sort of harking back to the 80s and 90s all the time. No, they can be a lot of fun.
They are.
I also think it's not just necessarily the kind of rise of cosplay and things in the convention scene. I also think stuff like steampunk certainly has become such an iconic thing now. Definitely. I think that the rise of steampunk and its popular approval seems to be very, very different. Because I mean, I think it was a couple of years ago, I started noticing it, and you go into somewhere like Claire's Accessories, and you'd see steampunk. Necklaces and the little hats.
Absolutely.
So it seems like steampunk has quietly become very accepted and very, very popular.
Yeah.
But it's really good steampunk though, because it embodies a very good message of really just be splendid. Be nice to people.
Yeah.
Be nice to people. That's really what it's all about. And the costumes and the outfits and the beautiful Victorian dresses, they're absolutely beautiful. But there's so much more to it than that. And like Raven, you're winner of the inaugural Steampunk Novel of the Year award.
Thank you. Yes, I am.
So tell us about steampunk writing, Raven.
Well, I actually fell in love with steampunk, not as a writer. I was over at the Elf Fantasy Fair in Utrecht in Holland. When we talk about conventions, we talk about 30,000 people turn up at these events, all dressed up. They have whole families who spend all year, they all decided they're all going to be red demons that year, and the baby's in a red demon, and the pug's in a red demon, and the granny's in a red demon. They have the whole thing. It's just a fantastic event. The Dutch just put on incredible show, and with such relaxed, yet so efficient. It was wonderful. I was over there as a guest author, and I was in the middle of doing all my vampire stuff at the time, and I just wandered around one day, and there was these people dressed in these extraordinary outfits with sort of bowler hats and gadgets in brass, and I thought, whatever that is, it's just the coolest thing I've ever seen. I didn't know what it was. So I sort of lurked around the edge of steampunk for some time, and I actually got into it not as a writer, but as a creator. Because something about steampunk brings out the creative. So but it doesn't matter if you're making costumes or
brings out the inventory,
jewellery. So I started making pretty rubbish jewellery, to be honest. It's, the glue a cog on it and call it steampunk thing. But and then then I sort of went into the writing as a sort of tribute to my love affair with steampunk. That's what it came about. And now I'm completely obsessed with the thing.
But you came up with Cyrus Darien.
Darien, that's right. Yes, he's the most evil. Well, he's not evil. He's just the most amoral anti-hero without a single redeeming quality ever. And he's my sort of.
We still love him.
Yeah.
He does. I still love him. As I write it, I think, wonder if you get away with that, Iago. And they love it.
but only you can say the title of the book.
I didn't understand that. It's a play on. I can't pronounce it now. Thank you very much. It's Cyrus Darien and the Technomicron.
Technomicron.
Yeah, it's a sort of play on the Necromicron.
Technomicron.
Yeah.
See, no one can say it except Raven. It's really weird.
The second book's called Cyrus Darien and the Ghastly Horde.
Oh, that's easier.
But it isn't for me, because every time I type it, I put Ghastly Horse.
Damn you, autocorrect!
Yeah, I have known a few ghastly horses in the time, but that wasn't one of them.
That's strange. I do that sometimes. Like with Sam's book, I sometimes type it as cat on a hot tin air strip. I don't know why, but I can't seem to sort of stop my fingers typing wrongly.
I've started calling it just airship because it's a lot easier, and it's just.
So how did you get into the steampunk?
Well, the steampunk for me was I was at which weekend was it? We were in Bradford, and I met Lady Elsie and Major Tinker, who actually run the Victorian Steampunk Society, and they were doing their very first steampunk convention in the UK in Lincoln. And they invited us to it, and we said we actually had clashed with something else and we couldn't go that year. And the next year she contacted me again, and by then we sort of talking a lot on Facebook. And she said, "Oh, I'd love you to come." She said, "Because you're already there." Because I mean, me being sort of a Gothic writer, I was already wearing the corsets and a little bit Victoriana, and she said, "You're already there anyway." She said, "We're just, if you think about it this way, we're goths that have discovered brown."
This is exactly what I was saying. It seems very much to me that steampunk is a continuation of kind of
it's
Gothic.
Very much.
Yes.
It's very much.
Sort of Whitby Goth look.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I went with my daughter because David was too busy, couldn't go with us, and had the most amazing time, met the most amazing people. And one of the things that blew me away very much about the community, and steampunk in the UK, and I think all over the world, it is very much a community, was the fact that it involved people of all ages. You've got small children right through to grandparents that are doing the thing. And they're, and again, as Raven says, very, very creative, designing gadgets. I even made a few pieces of clothing, which was a miracle because I was so inspired. But there's the whole the community is what I really, really love about it. And that's why I wrote my books, because I wanted to, again, like you, tribute that. And also because I loved it so much, I thought, can I actually write steampunk? I really like to have a go at this, And so Zombies at Tiffany's was the first attempt. And I had such amazing fun inventing things. And one of the things in the literature that people always think about with steampunk, if you're looking at steampunk literature in general, if you think H.G. Wells, technology, and Jules Verne, but if you think about the technology of today, but in that era, and the way it would have been operated with steam or clockwork or, some crazy invention like I've done in Airship with it, which is like a sun panel, which I call a sun pan, which is basically what do you call them?
Solar
Solar
panels.
panels. But it done in a different way.
Yeah, because I
Because
did
I'm
like
doing it
all the kind
Yeah.
of modifications to firearms.
Did you like all that?
Oh yeah, very much so.
1958 Remington.
It was great.
Shoots
I'm a
fire.
role player, a
Yeah.
live role player, so there's a lot of weaponry involved in that. So
and it
I
was
do
great.
like
It was
that.
great fun. But I mean, I think of my books as sort of steampunk light, really. I don't think they're sort of heavy, you know. But yours aren't really. You're a cross genre, though, aren't you?
I'm cross genre. I think everything I write is cross genre. Bit of alternative history, obviously, because it's sort of set in a alternative Victorian London, very dystopian one. I mean, I pile on the smog and the.
I was going to say,
poisonous
how
gases and-
much do you pull apart from actual history, and how much do you put in the kind of alternative?
I spend a
steampunk?
lot of time researching, researching, and then I'd sort of put it.
Then ignore it.
Subvert it. Subvert it. But mine is just slightly different. There's a lot of steampunk books because I don't really. Although there's lots of technology in it, it's mainly the occult. I mean, there's a very strong occult. Basically, some idiot has opened a door into hell with his messing around with dabbling with the occult and released all this sort of supernatural vermin. And they sort of, you have rats running around the street, but you also have supernatural vermin running on the streets and stuff like that. So it's quite a vibrant and very dark world, which is perfect for Cyrus to operate in, you know. So.
Very good.
But it is with it going to history. What I do the same as Raven. It's kind of I do a lot of research and a lot of there will be some factual things in there, but the rest of it I'll play it very fast and loose with because you have to. It doesn't have to fit your world, but you can use it to colour it. That's what I enjoy doing.
I guess I was kind of thinking, is how kind of true to life do you try to make it? Do you actually try and go, well, this gadget does that, and pull the whole world together, or is it just a kind of anything goes, let's try this and see where it goes?
Yeah, it's got to be believable. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the gadget side of it, from my point of view, when I was inventing the Remington with the tank that has, and it's got the diamond shards, came of discussions of like what would Tiffany's have that this inventor could use to create weapons to kill zombies with. So some of it was that, but also I did look at how the weaponry ran and how it worked, and obviously researched it quite a lot. So I did want it to be convincing. So in fact, Dean Hagland, I don't know if you know Dean Hagland from the X-Files. He was the long blonde hair. He's a friend of ours, and he read the book, and he actually asked me, did the gadgets exist? He thought they were real. He said they were very convincing. So I think I did a win on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think you have to ground it in a sort of unbelievable but believable. You know, otherwise it just doesn't hang together. I think it needs to sort of have some solidity about it.
I think it's all to do with colouring, as you say. I mean, from Telos, Raven's got a Victorian kind of horror stories, ghost stories collection out. And again, there's nothing in that you would say, oh, that is that historical thing that happened that we know all about, you know. But it's absolutely the London peculiar, the terminologies, the hansom cabs, the dress, the feel of them is all kind of correct for the era and everything.
That's where the research comes in.
That's where all the research comes in. But not to say that on the 15th of March 1888 this happened and I'm going to then refer to that. That's not what it's about. The same with Sam's Cat on a Hot Tin Airship, which is the new steampunk novel. It's set in the Deep South. There's no specific historical event going on. It's the backdrop of the Civil War and the ideas around white plantation owners having black slaves, and that some of them don't look after them properly, and that in Sam's book there is this one plantation owner who does actually look after his slaves. In fact, he's freed his slaves, but they still work for him.
That was long before the war that made them free them as well. Because so it's taking again the ideas of the Deep South and these wealthy landowners and slaves and mixing voodoo in with that as well.
That was very much a theme that went through the first book, was the kind of the origin of the zombie thing.
Is it from that? Is it not?
And again, it's all colour. The research colours it all, and that's, I think, what makes these books, work and shine is the effort that, in this case, Raven and Sam put in to getting the colour right, because it's very easy to see if it's not right.
The steampunk community are very,
are they very vocal?
Well, there's a lot of people jumping because it's according to the IBM computer trend setting thing.
Yes.
Steampunk is in for 2013, so people have been jumping on the bandwagon like fleas onto a dog. And,
Yeah, like they did with the vampire fiction,
Yeah.
you know, with
Indeed,
same
yeah,
thing.
the whole urban
Zombies,
fantasy
same
explosion.
thing.
Yeah.
and there's an awful lot of writers who just think just throwing archaic language, airships
And an
in
airship
stuff.
here and there, and
Yeah.
some pantaloons and
some
that's
pantaloons and corsets, and there you go.
And of course, it's in a few oh my's.
and that's all you need to
Facing
do.
women.
And worse still, a lot of these writers are so cynical. They don't actually like the steampunk community. They have no interest in them. They have no respect for them at all. And I think
their publishers have said, write me a steampunk book,
Exactly.
and they're going all right then.
Yeah,
So I was talking to Robert Rankin about something similar, and he was saying that what the publishers were saying to him was they were wanting fairy tales with a hard edge.
Yes.
Was the current
There's a lot of
de
that.
rigueur as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
No, exactly. It goes in phases. But I think, from Telos's perspective, Steve and I pride ourselves on, the quality of what we publish, and we tend not to follow trends per se, but we just want the books to be the best books we can publish,
Yeah.
whether they are the non-fiction guides, which do very well, or whether it's the fiction that we're doing now more of through our Moonrise imprint, which is really, really exciting and good, and we've got some good stuff coming up in that. And it's just doing good fiction, and then hoping through talking to guys like you to get word out,
Indeed.
to
Yeah.
get people to at least look and see what we're doing, and then hopefully gain a little bit of traction. And if you like what you see, then hopefully you'll come back and look again.
Yeah.
We've certainly found that with the non-fiction guides, is that people come to us and say, well, I wasn't really interested in a guide on X, but because it's published by Telos, I know it's going to be a really good guide on X. So I bought it because I know you guys put a lot of work and effort into these things. So we've got kind of quite a high standard, haven't we, Steve?
Well,
that we try and-
that's our sort of, the company motto is committed to quality. So that runs through everything we do really. And we did have a few years where we weren't publishing very much fiction, but now, particularly with Sam's help on the editorial side, we're doing a lot more books, which I'm really pleased about, and
Yes.
they are being very, very well received.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's kind of exciting and interesting, and fiction's always interesting.
Yeah, it's
because
great to work with
because
different
it's
authors
new and
and-
different authors, and you have different things for covers, and whereas the non-fiction, although the books are great and the authors are very knowledgeable, there tends to be a particular style to them, which dictates a particular sort of cover that you can't really go away from. So you're a little bit limited in what you can do in some respects. Plus, they're all unauthorised guides. So again, we have to kind of be careful to stay on the side of legality and not infringe trademarks and not use copyright stuff and so on and so forth. And we try and do that to the best of our ability, basically. And I think we've done pretty well over the years, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
absolutely,
it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. But I love cover artwork, you see, and we saw today Martin Baines came down, who's the cover artist on Sam's books. We've not met him before, so it's absolutely marvellous
He
to meet
didn't
Martin.
look how I expected
Not at
somehow.
all. He looks a lot younger than
A
I
lot
expected.
younger than I expected.
Yeah. But no, it was lovely to see him, and he's a very talented artist, and I think
Very,
we'll be
very
seeing
talented.
more of his work from Telos, because we love working with him, because he's very, very good. So yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's all good.
Yeah, on the factual books, as David said, the thing is we tried, our approach is to make them really authoritative guides, because a lot of the ones you can get from other companies are quite lightweight, or basically photo books with a bit of text. But in general terms, we try and make our guidebooks really authoritative. So if people are interested in a particular series, they know that buying one of our books, they'll have the real factual reference there, and they can rely on what's been written, because they're all written by people who are themselves fans, really, and know their stuff. Yeah, that's right. So they're not, they're not cash-ins or people just sort of following like as David said, jumping on a bandwagon. You get some series that become very popular, and you suddenly have this proliferation of books about them, so a lot of which aren't very good. So we always make sure that we're working with authors who really know their stuff.
Have you found any kind of change in how people are currently consuming things like books and art at the moment? With the rise of things like Kickstarter and things like that, has that had any kind of effect?
Not really, not on Telos, no. I must admit, I keep thinking to myself, there are certain books I'd love to be able to do that are just too expensive to do. And I keep thinking, maybe we could do a Kickstarter for those if I could ever get it all, because you've got to do so much organisation up front for a Kickstarter to work. You can't just decide one day to
Hang on.
put one
I
up
went to
and
do this, yeah.
it'll work. You can't, because you've got to think about, you know, your rewards and your scale and what you're going to do, and it's got to be committed and it's got to be authoritative, and people have got to know that if they're putting this money in, it's actually going to happen. But that's not really made any difference to us at all. And we were talking the other day at the Steampunk Convention, the Asylum at Lincoln. There was a panel about ebooks and real publishing, and the question came up, you know, how many ebooks do you sell as opposed to real world books? And I was on a panel with a self-published author and a really micro press, and of course they're all so, oh yes, lots and lots of ebooks, lots of ebooks. Whereas I said, well, actually, I think it's probably 10 to 1 or something. You know, we sell 10 real books for every 1 ebook we sell.
Very true.
And the vast majority of our sales are through shops still, through the good old-fashioned traditional route. Get it into a shop, people pick it up. And so, yeah, although I think there's a lot of noise about ebooks, I think that noise is coming from a small proportion of people who actually really, really love them. But there is actually a far bigger proportion that still like to have a real book that they can flick through, that they can get their marker pen and they can mark it and they can tick it and they can...
Particularly with guidebooks, I think.
Yeah.
The fiction, I mean, to be fair, we have seen a rise in sales of
definitely.
ebooks for the fiction.
We have, yes.
But it's still probably, you know, certainly no more than 50%, if that. But on the guidebook front, I mean, people do prefer to have a printed book in front of them, I think. Yeah,
I
definitely.
know. And plus, you know, we like with Sam's books, I mentioned Martin Baines earlier, and the beautiful cover artwork he does. You don't get that on an ebook. You don't get the beautiful quality of the paperback and the flaps and the beautiful design work. And in the first one's opposite Tiffany, it's got internal illustrations as well. Again, none of that is in the Kindle edition. You just get the text if you buy the Kindle.
Actually, I do hold on to all of mine. I don't let them go out on Kindle for a year. Because I actually prefer to sell paperback books.
Yeah. This is something else that we were
It's
talking about
a bit
as well.
hard to sign a Kindle if
Absolutely,
you do sign
yeah.
it.
But it's actually nice, because what I do find though, and going, you know, in support of Kindle, is that if you've got very loyal readers, one, they want a nice signed book off you when they see you, which seems to happen a lot with us. But also they want it on their Kindle so they don't spoil their nice book, so they can read it and take it on holiday. So they're actually giving you double sales. So in many ways, I don't think it's a negative thing. I think a lot of people have been really scared of it from the beginning. It's sort of, oh, this is going to kill, you know, the print industry, and I don't believe it does. I really don't.
I think books are part of a home decor. They're something beautiful to have. And you know, having these lovely things on your mantelpiece, and
I couldn't imagine our house without books.
exactly.
And I always have a book in my bag at any time.
There's
I
something
work
very
on a computer
sensual
all day.
and beautiful about
So you've
books.
had enough of that.
Yeah.
I carry my Kindle around for exactly the reason you said, Sam, because I don't like to get the books damaged. I like to keep them on my shelf at home, but if I'm out on a train journey or something, I'll generally take my Kindle with me.
That's right, but at home you can pick them up, you can touch them, you can look at them.
Exactly.
I mean, we just Raven and I were just walking through Forbidden Planet now, and we were overwhelmed by the print smell from the graphic novels. And, and I stopped and said, "Oh, that smell!"
And there's lovely, beautiful covers everywhere, and the covers with embossed bits on, and lovely illustrations.
And Raven said, "You don't get that with Kindle, do you?"
You don't get that with Kindle. As an author, I love Kindle because I sell lots of books on Kindle. My vampire book, Blood Tears. I mean, you know, literally, I pay bills from that because it just comes out and out and out and out. And it's been out since 2006, and it's just selling. But it's only selling on Kindle. It's just flying off as a Kindle. But as a reader, I love books. Definitely.
I think it's probably fair to say that's why we started Telos in the first place. Was that we just love books and like creating really nice books. Really, it's part of the aesthetic appeal of it, isn't it?
Yes.
I think one benefit that the kind of the computerization of things has brought to it is it seems to have very much broken down the barrier between author and reader. That you very much have direct contact with your audience.
But with the social media and so on, yeah, absolutely. That's definitely true.
True.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't want to keep you people that much longer, so thank you very much for coming down and talking to us.
Oh,
It's
thank
been
you.
a pleasure.
Our pleasure.
Normally we do ask you for, normally ask everyone who comes on the show to provide 5 films for our list, but we haven't got enough time to go through everyone's and get your 5 films off you. So what I will do is probably follow up with you after this and see if I can get a list off you of 5 films that you think that everybody needs to see.
Well, we were talking about Sucker Punch is one of them.
It's a very good film. I'm not.
So Sucker Punch.
Double Indemnity.
Okay.
Forbidden Planet.
Oh.
The Shining.
And okay, well there's
There you
4.
go.
Okay,
I've got one from each of us.
that's marvellous.
Blade Runner.
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner,
Blade
yeah,
Runner, yeah,
definitely.
There you go.
that's right at the
We all
top of the list.
agree on
Lots
that
of people
one.
have said
Alien.
Blade
Alien.
Runner.
Stop now. Stop now.
Alien is number 1 on the list currently.
now.
That's
Sons of
had
the
the
Desert.
most.
I've gone all day.
Yeah.
Pirate.
Brighton Rock.
Underworld is a good one for us as
Underworld.
well.
Ah,
We love
yes.
that one.
Okay, so yes,
Right.
thank you very, very much to all of you for coming along.
you.
It's been a pleasure
Thank you.
in our cramped little
Awesome.
office at the bottom of the Forbidden Planet. So yes, thank you very much to everyone, and until next time, take care and be excellent to each other.
Bye, be splendid.
Be very splendid.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's all for this week. I've been Brendan.
I think I've been Spindles.
I've definitely been 80.
Oh yeah, I'd say. Till next time, take care and be excellent to each other.